It is the day after Thanksgiving, and my mom and I were sitting here in the house, and we were talking about yesterday, and we had such a beautiful Thanksgiving. It was nice, it was low-key, we were counting our blessings, we were also reminiscing about some of the stuff that we've gone through in the past. One story in particular that my mom brought up, this story in particular always leads to a lot of laughs, but also it was just the reminder for us as a family just how much we were struggling back then. And it also brings us right back full circle to just how grateful we always are as a family.
Yes.
Now and so my mom, as we started telling the story and started to laugh about it, and she said, "Let's do a Terramana toast." I said, "Okay." So I broke out the Terramana. She goes, "Then let's post it." I said, "Okay, but you got to talk about it if we post it." So she's like, "Okay, I'm going to talk about it." So it was the Thanksgiving of 1987.
Oh, yes.
And we were in Bethlehem. Well, that year was a crazy year. I was 15 years old, and it was in 1987, and we were evicted out of Hawaii, kicked off the island in the state of Hawaii, had to move to Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Things went sideways in Nashville, Tennessee for us. Once we were forced out of Nashville, Tennessee, this is for a story much later down the road, over much more Terramana on what happened in Nashville. Then we moved to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, of all places, the great steel town of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. That Thanksgiving, 1987, was the hardest one we had. That was a tough one. Right?
I'll never forget it. Never forget it.
I'll never forget it either.
We were not prepared for Thanksgiving. We're going to not have a Thanksgiving that year.
That's right. Because, why?
Because it was just too hard, and we just couldn't afford it, you know? It was just...
We couldn't afford it.
It is what it is.
Yes.
Hard times.
So those were tough
Been
times.
there, done that.
And we have been there and done that. So we were hunkering down in Bethlehem in 1987, that Thanksgiving, with no Thanksgiving meal to eat, until we got a call, a blessing of a call from family friends who we had known for some time. And they happened to call us probably at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon and said, "Hey, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Do you want to come over?"
My first thought was,
hell yes.
was just being so grateful and thankful that, yes, we can have a Thanksgiving.
Right. I mean, usually when friends call friends, like, "Hey, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Do you want to come over?" It's like, "Yeah, we'll come over afterwards or tomorrow once we're done with our meal." We were like, "Yeah, we'll be over. And what time would you like us over? And what's your address?" So we made our way to this house, and the beautiful family, and they were sharing the blessings that they had, and they lived in a trailer park, and we were all huddled in their trailer and having just an awesome, getting ready for an awesome Thanksgiving dinner. And then here comes the main event. So the main event is so the lovely woman said, "So you guys are our guests. We're so happy you're with us. Ata, would you like to lead us in prayer?" And my mom, and at that time you can't get out of it, right?
No, at that point, because usually I'm the one that says the prayer, but because of what we've been going through at that point, the only thing that hit me was just being so grateful.
And then she, it's all right. And then she says, "Okay, yeah, sure. Everyone bow your head." Now I know my mom, and I'm thinking, I could tell, you know your parents when, oh, this is going to be an emotional moment. And so we all bow our head, and I'm looking. And would you like to say what you said? Do you remember what you said?
I just said, "Dear Lord, thank you for this Thanksgiving."
Yes. And she burst out crying. And now looking back at it, it's okay. It's okay.
It is true.
She burst out crying, and which made actually everyone cry. But what's interesting is the family, we never smartened them up to, like, we had nothing.
They
So
didn't know what
they
was
had no idea. They were just like, wow, this is such a, beautifully emotional family who
Why
so
is she
grateful,
so
so grateful on Thanksgiving. They're moved to tears. And so they all started crying. It's like, this is so beautiful. And then I think I might have jumped in and said, yes, Ma, that we're so grateful that we are here. And that was our Thanksgiving. So that we'll always remember that. We always talk about this generally once a year.
Yeah.
We talk about that time where we didn't have anything to eat, and but we got through it.
And we'll never forget it.
And we'll never
I will
forget
never
it.
forget that Thanksgiving.
And this is why for every Thanksgiving or
How
every
it started out
everything,
and how it turned out.
That's right.
Oh, it was just so beautiful.
And since then, again, when you go through something like that, as there are a lot of you out there who have gone through the same thing, and
Yes.
you may be going through it now.
Yeah.
Stay strong, have faith. Things will get better.
Yeah.
Right?
And yesterday for us, we had a wonderful Thanksgiving with my grandchildren.
No. Cover up. She just got out of the bath. Yes. All right. So we're going to do this, Terramana. Right. Here we go. This is 6 minutes of your life you're never going to get back. Here you go, Mom.
Yeah. Thank you, son.
Absolutely. She loves Terramana. Well, too much, you know what I mean?
And I love you, son, and I'm so proud of you.
I
So
love you
proud
too,
of
Ma.
you.
Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry. Cheers to gratitude and what a journey.
Yes.
And to all of you guys, cheers to gratitude and what a journey. And most importantly, stay healthy.
All our family and friends out there, Emmanuel.
Yes. Cheers. Oh God. No. Sip.